Week 15 pick'ems. You too, boss. Going the Goat House is back, and Pete is out again. His Jalen Hurts again.
Oh God, this guy.
This guy. How could his Jalen hurt this much, this often? It's ridiculous.
I mean, I think we should just be honest with the viewers. We benched him.
Benched him?
We benched him
for Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, we're going with the rookie.
Okay. We're here every Tuesday night with our weekly pick'em. I can't believe it's week 15 already.
It's kind of crazy.
Playoffs on the line.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of playoff implicated games this week. We're pumped. We're ready. Who knows? Junior's Bears could do it. They might sneak in. What's happening right now?
They could squeak in there.
The Vikings could squeak in. The Pete's Titans just got frisky and beat the Dolphins. I don't know.
On the road?
On the road, first road win of the year. They're a 13.5-point underdog. What is happening out here?
Wow.
In football? I don't know. We're going to find out, actually. I do know. We're going to find out in these picks. Join us for all of our content, all kinds of great content. Like, subscribe to notifications on, follow us on Twitter. Check out our sponsors, Liquid IV, GLD Shop. Always got the jewelry on from the GLD Shop. We have a giveaway going on with that. Remember, code GOATS. What do we got? Let's take a look at the standings. Let's take a look. Got 136. I'm sitting somewhat comfortable. Pete, 133. Yeller, 129. Junior, yeah. Super Picks League, you see the top three. Top three at the end of the year get a GLD prize. Number one in the regular Picks League gets a prize. Guys are doing some damage there. Dylan Robles, I apologize. One of those has got to be right. He's been around. I recognize the name from last year. He did some damage in these picks. He won week 14, so his picks will be in this video. If you win the week in the Super Picks League, you get your picks featured.
What's his decal?
You're going to have to wait and see. Oof. Chargers, Raiders, Thursday night football. It's going to be Easton Stick. Don't you own a baseball bat called that? Or a hockey stick?
No, I had the Stealth.
Stealth.
Yeah.
Isn't that Easton?
Yeah, it's Easton.
Easton Stealth.
Those are nice.
Black with the green and the what do you call the middle part?
That's a good question. I don't really know.
All right, we're moving on.
Yep.
And the Raiders, is it going to be Aiden O'Connell? They put Garoppolo back in. We'll see. They dropped 0 points last week, so that wasn't good. But they were home last week too. Home on Thursday night. Not a lot of good Thursday night games this year. Here's another one that people really aren't going to be looking forward to watching. I'll start us off. I'm going to go with the Raiders, and it's tough because they are on a losing streak. They're coming back down to earth now. Aiden O'Connell coming back down to earth, but I mean, if the Chargers had Herbert, I would pick the Chargers, but it still could go either way. They don't have Justin Herbert. You know, Justin Herbert to Easton Stick. Well, I guess you never know. We really don't know a whole lot about the kid yet, but I mean, he's been in the league a little bit, but I got to go with the Raiders in this one at home, prime time. They're going to be motivated a little bit more. The Chargers just lost their quarterback. They're going to be like,
I mean, I'm taking the Raiders too, and kind of like what you were saying. If Herbert was playing, I would just feel nasty about taking the Chargers. Not in a good way. I feel gross, right?
How come?
If Herbert's playing and you're just like, yeah, I guess I'm taking the Chargers. The Chargers, every win they have just felt gross.
Okay.
You know, they're not a good team.
That's a take. Yeller has the Raiders, and now you get to see his icon, the weekly champ, Dylan. He's got DeVito.
Oh,
he's got him.
Hey.
He's got him. He's going with the Raiders as well. So there you have it.
Speaking of DeVito, I say it for the Giants matchup.
You save it.
Yeah, I'll save it.
Save it. All right, we moving on?
Yeah. Oh, Pete's picks. Oh, God.
Pete's taking the Raiders.
Yeah, whatever.
Jalen Hurts. Vikings, Bengals. This is Saturday. They decided to flex this one to Saturday at noon. I don't know why. I'm not really sure why, but I guess they
supposed to play Saturday.
Huh?
Who was supposed to play?
There was no games. I think they knew, like, all right, that week we're gonna flex some games Saturday. And a couple weeks ago they decided this was the first one out of 3. Interesting decision, which they're both fighting for the playoffs, so I guess it could be interesting. Vikings only dropped 3 points last week with 1. Defense looking pretty good. Thank you. Nick Mullins was all right when he came in. He's going to be the starter. The Bengals impressive against the Colts. Jake Browning doing work out there. So, this is tough because I think the Vikings will be better with Nick Mullins. He was the second string going into the year for a reason. And maybe there's really no game plan for him. I don't think it's going to be that complex, though, so that's why it's a little bit of a tricky one to pick. But I'm going to go with the Bengals at home on Saturday at noon our time at least. But I guess, yeah, this was a tricky one, though, too, because Brian Flores is coaching a hell of a defense over there, and maybe that could throw off an inexperienced Jake Browning. They're going to blitz a lot, but it's not just your basic man coverage blitz, keeping corners on the island. There's a lot of zone blitzing going on. It's really confusing, so it could be pretty confusing for Jake Browning, and that could be the reason the Vikings win. But Browning looks good. They got the talent at wide receiver. The defense has been fantastic. It's well coached. Bengals at home, and they do enough. I mean, it's a Vikings game. It's probably going to be close. I'll say squeaker. We'll go Bengals.
It's incredible that, like, Browning's going to go, is it 3-0 if he wins this one?
He lost to the Steelers.
Oh, that's right. But
they move the ball pretty well.
Yeah, which is not. And I feel like
points didn't show it, but
Mixon's been playing good this year. But like ever since
they got Chase Brown going
now, just stepped up. It's kind of crazy. I'm taking the Bengals as well. I think this would be one of those that I agree. It feels like every meaningful Vikings game is a squeaker. I don't know why. Last week was rough. Just like watching that, I was like, God, what's gonna happen? But
it sounds like you're entertained, though.
I was entertained for implications. I wanted them to lose.
Okay. At least you're honest.
Yeah, I'm honest.
Okay, we got Yeller going with the Bengals, and but he's excited about Nicky Mullins, and we got Dylan, the weekly winner. He's going with the Bengals. And Pete, what does Pete got? Pete's got that's a guarantee.
All right,
Pete.
Yeah, Pete.
So yeah, I'm surprised no one Vikings. I was surprised. I'm like, Yeller, I wrote it down. Yeller picked the Vikings. Now I have to go and actually check the text because I'm surprised that he did it.
Wait, he didn't pick the
Bengals. Even though I thought he said that. I thought about the Vikings, but that's a guarantee. Another guarantee. Wow. I think that game can go either way. We'll see what Nick Mullins is made of.
Yeah.
Second game on Saturday is the Steelers and the Colts, both with pretty disappointing outings last time around. I mean, I'll start us off here. If Kenny Pickett was playing, I would be actually pretty confident. I'd go ahead and lock it in. Steelers win. Saturday game. Mike Tomlin gets the boys ready, and Pickett's not even that great. He struggled. I think they would win, but Trubisky is a different type of bad. And in Indianapolis, I'm going to take the Colts. I'm going to take the Colts here. Maybe catch a break without playing Trubisky after a down game for the Colts. So I guess we can expect him to bounce back when we get Zach Moss going a little bit more. It's probably going to be a close, defensive game, not like Vikings Raiders defensive. Don't get crazy here, but
was that defensive or just bad offense?
Mainly bad offense.
Okay.
There was Max Crosby was going crazy, and I do think Brian Flores calls a very good and confusing defense. But if you had to pick one, I did think mainly bad offense. Quarterbacks just not getting it done. Offensive line, same thing. I'm going to go with the Colts in this one, though. They should. They got to win. Getting dominated against the Bengals, and when they were kind of in a position to maybe make the playoffs, they still could, but they just got to win. It's a must-win for the Colts here. It feels like a must-win for both teams, but one's got Trubisky at quarterback. So what if Trubisky lights it up? You can throw on the Colts. The Bengals move the ball pretty well. What if he could. I don't know if he lights it up, but he could have a decent game. I'm not going to completely guarantee that he's awful, but I'm pretty sure that he's awful.
This is a weird one because, there's so much Mike Tomlin just, slander going around. And it's just he is – are you kidding me?
It was a bad game for him the Patriots game, but I still think he's a good coach.
He's one of the greatest coaches ever.
Yeah.
It is tough. Like you said, if Pickett's not good, but I would be taking the Steelers with Pickett. I think if the Steelers were home here, I think even with Mitch, I would take the Steelers.
So it sounds like you're going Colts.
I am going Colts. Here.
He is going Colts. Yeller is going Colts. Are we going to have our third, or would this be, this would be third in a row guarantee? We are not. Dylan, the Week 14 champ, is going with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And then Pete, he's gonna go with the Colts. Okay.
All right. This next one's going to be spicy.
So we had a lone Dylan over there, lone DeVito on the Steelers. Next one is spicy. It is Saturday Night Football. They picked a pretty good one here.
Oh, baby.
But it's interesting because the Broncos are heating up. They're getting better than they were better than they were in the beginning of the season, for sure. No question. The Lions, they were worse than they were at the beginning of the season. No question. We'll see how they finish at the end of the year. That's still up in the air. They could decide it maybe in a big game like this. This is tough. This is going to be good.
I can start us off.
These are two physical teams, too.
Yeah.
That's what I like. You know, you can say some negative things about these teams. You can say some positives. The biggest positive, these are physical teams that want to play some football every time they step out on that field. So I'm going to enjoy the hitting that's going to be players going to be putting on in this game. They're going to be putting some licking on each other.
Nice. Yeah.
Does that even make any sense? I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You start us off.
But let me say something here. That last week.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something else.
God, I should have done it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm taking the hottest team in football. You know what I mean?
He's taking the Broncos.
But the second I saw Goff come out there with two gloves on, I knew the Lions were in trouble. I said, "What is this guy doing? He clearly doesn't know how to play in cold weather. You don't do that. I don't care how cold it is, how rainy it is. You got a glove on the throwing hand." Immediately you're going to have a bad game. And, I mean, he has ever since that first Bears game, that's what kind of started these weird woes where the Lions just started. I mean, obviously their defense has kind of been hit or miss all year, but that started – we all thought Goff was this guy that was like a good game manager doing all this stuff. Yes, he still makes his throws, but he has some bad interceptions.
Yeah.
Bad.
Yep. Okay, I'm surprised about this here. Yeller taking the Lions, not necessarily that. Dylan is taking the Lions, and then Pete.
Ugh.
Pete's taking the Lions. So I'm surprised. I'm not really surprised people are picking the Lions. I'm surprised we have that many. For me, this is tough because the Broncos are playing better football right now. Plain and simple, they're better right now. That's what it seems like. Are they better in general? Are they better on the whole year if you put it together? Different debate. I keep picking the Lions, and they keep letting me down. The defense isn't good. They're kind of getting figured out. Goff's getting figured out. I mean, they're playing for fourth down. The fourth down decisions, the fake punt, those things seem teams are kind of catching on a little bit.
They're cute when they work.
Yeah. This is it for the Lions. This is it. I'm going to pick them.
Okay.
And there is a reason for it. I do think the Broncos are better right now, but I think the Lions losing this many games, not in a row. They beat the Saints last week, but struggling a little bit. I think they're going to sit down and be like, all right, we got to get back on track here. We got to go back to what we do, and that is pound the football to open everything else up. But pound the football, control the clock, wear the other team out. And I think they sit down and realize that's what they got to do because that's them. That's them. On top of that, the Broncos are playing really good football right now. Everything about their team right now is pretty damn good except for one thing, and that is stopping the run. They are better right now than they were earlier in the year. I'll give them that. They're doing better. They did better against the Texans 2 weeks ago, even though they lost that game. But the Lions are really tough when they play their game and they run the football the right way. So I think Montgomery and Gibbs, if the Lions want them to be, they will be a problem for the Broncos. And being at home on Saturday night, I think Campbell's going to get these guys ready, and they're going to really want to turn it around. So it's just matchup here. I think the Lions at home.
Gibbs has got to play more. I don't understand it. Yes, Montgomery hasn't looked bad, and he's scoring touchdowns, but every time Gibbs is in there, he's like just juice. He brings the juice.
Yeah, he's a home run hitter. I think both will do some damage in this game. Unless the Lions, if they step out in the field and they try to throw, they're going to lose the game. They're going to lose the game 100%. Broncos are winning then. So I'm feeling the Lions just for the matchup, but they have not. But the Broncos been playing better. So we'll see. On a little bit of a streak with picking the Broncos games. I had a fan on Twitter trying to talk shit this week. I'm like, bro, I picked the Broncos to beat the Chargers, all right?
Just put all these clips together of me saying that the Broncos are the team to beat in the AFC.
I'm glad somebody went with them because I thought this should have been a little more split. This was it's close to a 50-50 game for me. Mm-hmm. So there you have it. Lone Jr. over there on the coast. So that's it for the Saturday games. That's going to wrap up the video. I'm kidding. Playoff implications here. Bears, Browns.
Oh, God.
I mean, two pretty damn good defensive teams right now. The Bears' defense is
number one run defense right now.
They were like dead last or close to dead last year on run defense. They're really turning around. Defense looking good. Offense played well last week. The week before was one of those Vikings games where it's just like who's going to get the field goal at the end. So we'll disregard that. But actually not really, because I think this game could be. I think there'll be a little more scoring than that Vikings one between the Bears Vikings. But I think it's going to be similar to that than the Lions game. I think these are two. The best part about these teams are the defenses. In my opinion, and offenses can do some damage. I mean, you got elite Joe Flacco over there. Yeah, and
he was at one point.
I think it could go either way. I think it's a close game. If the Bears win this game, they could be real sneaky. They're kind of sneaky already. But I'm gonna take the Browns. If this was in Chicago, zero hesitation, I would take the Bears. The home team is the difference, because the Browns are different at home. Mainly their defense. They create takeaways. They make big time plays. So. I think it's going to be close, probably a field goal game, a squeaker here. I think the home team squeaks it out. I think it's going to be good.
Well,
I know where you're going.
Me and Dan.
Dan? Oh, you talked to Dan?
Yep, always.
Okay.
I mean, if the Bears last week got me all frisky, I mean, I'm all in. I am all in. Like, this is kind of
all in for Super Bowl?
No, I mean, they could be sneaky, like you said. I mean, the defense has been balling since kind of it feels like since the first Lions game. Like I said, they kind of made that turn, and they've been kind of just playing. And then Montez Sweat comes in and just completely turns that defense that looked very suspect into I would say top 5 defense right now, which is kind of crazy. I'm excited. I'm still waiting for the day where the Bears bring back the all whites. I think we kind of need that. This would be the game to do it. I don't know why they don't wear those.
Yeah.
The all whites are nice. Give me like a polar bear edition or something like that. Give me that. We know Pete's taking the Browns.
I think he mentioned something.
That's so disrespectful. He said that Joe Flacco was elite, like you said, but that's so disrespectful. This guy wasn't even in the league last year, was he?
He's been in the league forever, man.
Yeah, but I feel like he's
won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, and he was the Super Bowl MVP. But he also turned the lights off.
He turned it off. Yeah.
I mean, you cannot trust a guy who's going to just turn the lights off. It's like the guy who unplugs the Xbox when he's losing. Like, are you kidding me?
All right. Oh yeah. Okay. We'll put what? We'll put Pete over there.
Yep.
We'll put Pete. This is weird. It was weird.
Peppa Pete.
We'll put Pepper what? Pepper
What?
to Pete?
Or P.E.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Dylan's taking the Browns.
Yeah.
And Yeller is taking the Browns. He said he's got Fields down for 2 interceptions and a fumble.
No, fumble maybe.
Probably.
He's good. He likes to fumble the ball.
Yeah. It's just who will cover it? Who will cover it? Recover the fumble.
I feel like so many games I watch, the fumble just kind of goes right down in front of him.
Yeah.
Every time Fields fumbles, that thing is just gone. Every time.
Last year it was bouncing back to him. The year before it was not. It was going everywhere.
Everywhere.
It's just random. Fumbles are kind of random. I don't know. So there you have it. I thought about it. Again, if it was in Chicago, I was definitely going with the Bears.
Definitely?
Definitely, 100%.
So if the Bears win this, you taking them next week?
I'll take them to beat the Cardinals. I'll take them to beat – the Falcons is up in the air. The Packers will take them to beat the Packers.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
You ready?
I mean, defense. I have never been so excited. Just like I like watching the defense play. They're physical. They hit hard.
They're physical.
I like it. I like guys that just don't really. This is terrible. Like the guys that just kind of just come in and they hit people, and you're just like, dude, you realize like what are you doing to yourself?
They put their body on the line.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good way to put it.
Those are your guys.
Yeah.
Huge guy. Huge. Put your body on the line, guy.
Yep,
guys.
on the line.
On the line, right. Bucs in Packers. Bucs got a big, important win against the Falcons. The Packers were rolling, but then they shit the bed on Monday night versus Danny Tommy, Danny, DeVito.
Wait, it is Tommy, right?
It's Tommy. It's Tommy.
Oh no, I thought we were at the Giants. Sorry, I have a real question about Mr. Tommy.
Who you going?
I'm taking the Bucs here on the road.
Junior's taking the Bucs.
Yep.
Nothing else to that?
No, I mean I've taken the Packers a lot, and I feel like it's so hard to predict like what Packers team's going to show up. So I mean,
Dylan
they're both playing for something.
taking the Bucs.
Yeah,
He's
they're
taking
playing.
The Bucs. Yeah, the Packers kind of came back down to earth against the Giants. Is that the real Packers? They were a little sloppy in that game. I liked them in this game, though. I'm feeling the Packers in this one. I think it's a pretty good matchup. Wow, Packers another one of those teams where anybody can run on them. They got to stop the run better. I don't think they're going to do it better. So the Bucs can come out and just pound the ball to Rachaad White, probably have a solid day. But the Bucs insist on throwing a bit because they have the weapons. So I don't know if it's one of those teams that can strictly stick to pound the football over and over again, because I think that's how you beat the Packers. But the Bucs pass defense is very much sus, and it really shouldn't be because they got ball players over there, but they are very much sus. And Jordan Love's had his good game. He's had his really good games. He's had his bad games. I think this is one of those ones where he has a good game. I think he'll have a successful day throwing. So I'm going to go with the Packers in this one. But that run defense can let them down I know it's not going to be good in this game. But if they're turning the ball over like they were in the Giants game, they're going to lose. They're going to lose. So we'll see. Pete's Packers.
Ugh. Yeller? What is Yeller taking?
Yeller's taking the Packers.
Nice. Good pick, Yeller. Good pick.
Yeah. I mean, you picked the Bucs, but
I just wanted to compliment him and not Pete.
He said squeaker. Squeaker.
That's a good squeaker.
It is a good squeaker. Okay. Well, all right.
Yep. I hope okay. We missed one here.
Did we?
Yeah. On my list.
We'll get to it.
Yeah.
Texans, Oilers. Houston Texans versus the Houston Oilers. This is a battle because the Titans are wearing those Oiler jerseys, and there's a little bit of a battle with the fans and the city of Houston. They think that they own the Oilers jerseys.
Who actually owns it?
And the Titans think they're wearing them. I understand. I kind of understand the point of they were Houston's jerseys, like they were only worn in Houston. So I understand that argument, but I gotta side with the Titans on this one. The Houston Oilers were the Houston Oilers, and then they switched to the Tennessee Titans. It was the same team. Like there's some players that played for both. It's like Eddie George had to play for both, I think. So he didn't get traded from the Texans to the Titans. He was still on the same team, so it's that franchise jersey. So I don't know really why that's a battle between fans and stuff. But the Titans are wearing the Oilers. This is the only one I don't know who I'm picking yet. I'm going to make a pick in this video. I just need to know injury updates here. But who do you think Pete's picking?
Oh, the Titans. Oh, these uniforms are so cute. I want to take them.
That's exactly what he said. Yeller is taking the Titans. Dylan is taking the Titans.
Well, let me tell you something.
Okay.
Pete is going to disrespect me and pick Joe Flacco and the Browns. Give me the Houston Texans. They're going to come in there. They're going to earn those. They're going to come out in the Oilers unis too. Someone's going to have to change.
Yep.
Who's changing?
Who's changing? Unzip me. Yeah, it's tough because C.J. Stroud's a concussion protocol, and he ran out of weapons, too. Is Nico Collins going to play? Is Dalton Schultz going to play? So I don't freaking know right now. If C.J. Stroud does not play, easy. We're going to go the Titans. It's easy. No question. Oilers jerseys at home without C.J. Stroud, easy. If C.J. Stroud plays, but no obviously no Tank Dell, no Nico Collins, no Dalton Schultz, I think I'm leaning with the Titans still.
Titans.
I'm going to lean with the Titans still. If C.J. Stroud plays and maybe one of those weapons, Dalton Schultz or Nico Collins, I'm leaning over here. If both those guys play, I'm going to put myself over here with the Texans. So I'm going to say maybe Stroud gets out of concussion protocol. It's early in the week, so it's tough. Well, I'll put myself there for now, but I don't.
I like it.
I'll join you for just a little bit at least. We'll see. Hopefully, I have a firm pick for my score predictions tomorrow because it's tough. Because it's just tough when you don't know if a freaking quarterback's playing or his weapons. You know.
Yep.
But Titans look. Besides the sloppiness, they look pretty good against the Dolphins. They beat a pretty good team away. So Levis starting to get going. Battle of the best rookie quarterbacks. If C.J. Stroud plays, we will see. Here we go, Jets. That sounded like Dak on accident. Here we go.
Here we go.
Jets, Dolphins. Jets got a dominant win against the Texans last week. Dolphins shit the bed against the Titans. And the Dolphins will bounce back. These teams just played each other on Black Friday. It was easy win for the Dolphins, even though Tua kind of gave the ball to the Jets a little bit, made it interesting. But yeah, I mean, maybe more of that happens. It's hard to beat a team twice. We'll see.
Yeah, give me the Dolphins.
Okay.
Just better team.
Better team.
Yeah.
Better pizza.
Papa John's.
Papa John's. Yeller's going with the Dolphins. Dylan is going with the Dolphins. Oh, he just covered me up. How dare him? And Pete.
What does he want?
He's going to go with the Dolphins.
Okay.
All right. Next one.
Ooh.
All right. Okay. I'm going to do something. I'm going to do it.
No, you're not.
I'm going to do something.
No, you're not.
The most bold thing I have ever done.
Are you out of your mind?
I think ever on this show.
You're out of your mind.
I'm going to do it. I know they lost 2 straight, and they've been playing bad, but I'm going to take the Chiefs. It's
you snake.
That's
you snake.
They're playing bad right now. They're crying
snake.
at the refs. It's a good one for the Chiefs to bounce back.
Give me the Chiefs. I think we're all taking the Chiefs. Who are we kidding?
It's pretty bold. Pretty bold. Yeah. Yeller said he's going to go with the crybabies.
They were. I mean, it's going to ruin his legacy.
Mahomes?
No, Kelsey's.
Kelsey's?
Did you hear him say that?
No.
Mahomes said something about that play, that offsides play is going to somehow tarnish Kelsey's legacy. I'm not sure how, but
yeah, I'm not getting it. I'm just not getting it. Patriots got any shot in this one?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so either for some reason.
You're playing an angry Chiefs team.
They're angry.
They're really angry.
They're angry. Giants. Here we go. All right. Go ahead.
I just really got to know, is that guy really his agent?
Yeah, that guy.
Really
I mean, it seems like a joke. I mean, come on.
There's no and then he's like kissing the family.
Yeah.
It's probably like his uncle that's his agent. There's no way he got a normal agent.
They dressed him up like that. There's no way that's real.
That hat. The suit, if you're just wearing that suit, I could be like, okay, this guy likes...
Who wears a suit to the game like that, though?
An Italian? Are you kidding me?
To the game?
An Italian would 100% wear a suit to the game.
Would you wear a suit to the game?
I'm not. I'm an American Italian. I'm not like that.
I don't think he's from Italy. I think he's an American Italian.
No,
guy.
But someone like my dad would definitely be a weirdo like that.
Wear a suit to the game?
He would wear like a nice dress. He would dress nice to go to the game.
That's.
I don't know why.
I'm just trying to be comfortable, and it's cold out there, and.
I mean, he's probably warm.
Should we wear suits to a game? Should we get that same exact suit that guy had and go to a game? I think if the Giants make the playoffs, I think we're gonna have to. Well, they're not gonna be home ever if they make the playoffs, but
wherever they play, we go.
All right. We'll do this. This is not gonna happen though.
Make them.
I was gonna say if the Giants play the Bears in the playoffs, that's not gonna happen. It's unrealistic.
Yeah.
I was going to say we're like 100% guaranteed in writing we're going to go to the game and we're going to wear those suits.
How about this? If the Giants play an NFC North team in the playoffs.
We go to the game and wear those suits.
And wear those suits with the hat and we interview people.
All right, let's do it.
That would be so great.
All right, who are you going with?
Oh, this is tough. This is so tough.
I think this is like a setup. I think it's a trap.
I think you want DeVito. I think the story's great, but Carr sucks. He sucks. Like his red zone numbers awful, and I think the Saints defense kind of makes me think they're going to expose DeVito a little bit. But I mean, I still think overall, I think the Giants are better.
You taking them?
I think I'm going to take the Giants.
Okay.
Carr's awful.
Dylan is taking the Giants. I think this one's. I mean, it could go either way. I think it's a little bit of a trap, though. The Saints are playing pretty bad football. They beat the Panthers, but they look like shit. Let's be honest. I know they won. If you watch the game, it wasn't as close as. I mean, it was closer than the score showed, even though Panthers' offense couldn't do anything. The Giants are playing good. Everyone's getting hyped. It's kind of pulling you towards the Giants, but it could go either way. Giants defense playing really, really good. You can actually run the ball on the Saints, not like crazy amount. So Barkley could help win this game, but I like the matchup for the Saints still. It's in New Orleans. It's kind of a must-win for both teams, really, but must-win for the Saints. Kind of get things going. It's a similar matchup for the Giants as the Patriots game, which they just played a couple weeks ago, which was a 10-7 final. It was in New York. This was in New Orleans. The Saints are just better than the Patriots. Defensive team with a lot of man coverage. And the Saints find a way. And then their defense creates turnovers. They find a way here. So I think it'll be a close game, maybe another squeaker, but I will take the Saints. But it's tough. Keep picking against the Giants. They keep winning, so it's a tough one. And Yeller is taking the Saints as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then Pete.
What has he got?
Pete's got the Saints. Believe that shit? All right. Okay.
Oh.
Falcons, Panthers. The Falcons are really beat up. They were down to one starting offensive lineman during that Bucs game. They still almost won the game. The Panthers are pretty terrible, but honestly, the defense is playing pretty well. So they can create turnovers on Desmond Ridder, and they can keep it close and maybe squeak it off, but it's impossible to pick them. I think the Falcons are just better, even if they're beat up. We'll take Atlanta.
Yep, we will all take Atlanta. Yep,
all of us.
Yep.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Or are you positive? I mean, Pete. Pete's got a hard on for the Falcons, so.
Right. I'm not pulling out. We get it, Pete.
But you're wrong. Not everyone is taking the Falcons.
No way.
Yeller is taking the Panthers.
No way.
He said he wasn't picking the Falcons again. He's a man of his word. He's taking the Panthers.
Oh
what if he gets it? What if he gets this one?
That'd be so funny. Oh my God! What?
I mean, they have a win. It's not like they're winless.
That's true.
So there you have it. Lone dog on the Panthers. I think I'm gonna lone wolf one. I think I have a lone wolf coming up.
I don't think you do.
I think I do. Wait.
I'm looking at him. I don't think you do.
I think I do. And my lone wolves, I'm known for my lone wolves. They hit.
I actually know what it is.
They hit, okay? Here it is. Not.
Oh. Give me the Rams.
Give me the Rams and the snot pounding. Commanders did have a bye, but
I hope that helped.
The Rams might be the best 6-7 team I've ever seen in my life. They're good. They got to start winning, win out maybe to get in. They can do it. Rams got to get in, and they're going to snot pound. They're going to pound the snot out of the Commanders in this one. Everyone's taking the Rams. Commanders are. What if they just won? But that'd be pretty fun.
This is a Commanders game they would win.
I don't know.
They shock you with some of their wins, and you're just like, oh okay.
They do,
sure.
But I just don't see it because just because. Stafford is playing great right now. That they're explosive. They have the weapons. The run game with Kyra and the pass game with those receivers. And against Stafford, they'll be able to score points to Commanders for sure. They're going to score points. And then the Commanders, they can move the ball, but they're going to turn the ball over against a veteran defense. I guess there's some young guys out there these days, but led by Aaron Donald, Raheem Morris.
Long touchdown from Howell in this game. It's one of those. He comes out early, throws a deep ball. Just like, oh my God, look at this. They're going to do it.
I could see it. Right off the bat?
Right off the bat.
Yeah, I could see it.
Yeah, that's
and they get obliterated the rest of the way.
That's their only touchdown.
I could see it. I could definitely see it. Watch that happen.
You better tweet it out if it happens.
Oh, yeah.
What's your lone wolf? I'm trying to go through here. Oh, I think I know.
I could be full of shit. I'm kidding.
I
got a lone wolf coming. Oh shit! Is it? This is it. This is not it. It's not it. There's no way this is it. The Niners are too good.
They're too good.
I sound like Seinfeld a little bit. A little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, we're all taking the Niners.
Are we?
We are. Right mind.
Yeller says snot pounding.
Okay.
I mean, the Cardinals play this. Last time we saw them play, they had a bye to get ready for this. First off, last time we saw them play, they beat the ass out of they beat the ass. That's right. That's what I wanted to say. Out of the Steelers.
Sure.
sure, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Yeller said snot pounding.
He's not wrong.
He's not really wrong. Okay, is the next one my lone?
There's only 3 more. And
Was-
there's one I don't think it. Oh, actually, maybe.
Oh,
This is it. This is
Cowboys,
it. This is it.
Bills. How do you know?
I know you're taking the Bills.
This is going to be crazy because I see what people are picking here. Let me just do it. I guess we'll start with Pete. He's taking the Bills.
Of course he is.
The Cowboys are the hottest team in football. Them and the Niners. Bills could be a little sus. Pete's going with the Bills. Dylan,
Bills.
he's doing it too. Yeller, he's
Bills.
doing it too. What's happening here? The Cowboys are the hottest team in football, or second, however you want to say it. What are you doing?
I'm taking them.
You're taking the Cowboys?
Oh, yeah. On the road.
On the road. This was not my lone dog. The Cowboys are better, but I'm taking the Bills. I'm going to take it's tough. I'm not doubting the Cowboys, okay? Not doubting them. They're better than the Bills. I think the best team doesn't win, and the Bills are really good. I mean, they could, when it's all said and done, they could be better than the Cowboys. They aren't right now, though. But this is just one of those games, Everyone's getting hyped up on the Cowboys right now, and they should be. And even if they lose, if they get skunked in this game, I want to be hyped on the Cowboys still. I'm not going to cool off, okay? But this is one of those games. It's one of those games. The Bills are in that must-win, mindset. They were against the Eagles and let that one slip away. They did it against the Chiefs. They outplayed the Chiefs by a bit. More than the score showed. The play calling almost choked it. The play calling could choke this one. They're at home. Bills Mafia. They're going to be breaking tables, an extra table. Each group of people, they're going to bring an extra table. They're going to break it. There's going to be wings on the table. They're going to eat them first, but they're going to leave the scraps on there. Then they're going to break it. They're not going to care that they're going to be covered in shit, Well, not actual shit, but
probably though.
Crowd's going to be rowdy. But here's a big thing here for me. Both these teams are pretty damn good at home and not so great away. Cowboys are actually 500 away. They're 3-3, and they just played 3 straight games at home, and now they got to go travel, a 3-3 away team after being 3 straight at home to Buffalo. It's probably going to be a little chilly out there with that hostile environment. Must win for the Bills. Those are the reasons I'm actually taking the Bills. That's like people might be a little upset. It's really not X's and O's. It's really not the matchup. It's just a feeling that's going to be a big time factor here. And the Bills are a good team, and it's a must-win situation. So I'm going to take the Bills in this one. It's going to be a good game though. The Bills are favored. I was surprised about that. Maybe it's that home-away situation that matters in a game like this, especially in a game like this. So you're a lone boy in it over there.
You're a couple of good lone dogs here.
You're a lone boy.
I am.
How many games we got left?
2.
So I'm lone wolf in one of them.
That's kind of crazy.
Is it crazy?
I'm looking at both of these, and yeah.
Here it is.
No.
This is it.
No.
I'm taking the Ravens.
Wait, there's no way the last one.
That's what I'm doing.
You're doing it?
Maybe I could have just did what I did with the Chiefs game the whole time.
Did you just skunk me?
I skunked you. Maybe not. We'll see. I'm gonna take the Ravens. This is one of those weird ones where I can just see it. Like the Jags are just like they're. What? What's so funny? I don't get what's so funny. I could just see it. What's so funny?
I'm sorry.
What'd I say? Did I say something on accident?
No, that was funny. Sorry. Go ahead.
What was funny?
I'm taking the Ravens too.
The skunking?
I just think that the Jags have just kind of been, they're good, but they've been kind of underwhelming, to be honest.
They're sus right now.
Very.
They lost 2 straight to teams they should beat.
That's not what good teams do.
The Browns are different at home, though. The Jags are home in this one, prime time. I will say this, though. The Ravens are a team that runs the ball pretty well. The Jags are stout, stopping the run. They might be able to get some things going. This is one I can just see. Like, I'm not going to pick it. The Ravens are better. The Jags are struggling. I don't think Trevor Lawrence 100%. Ravens are better. I think I said that already.
You did.
Defense going to cause some problems. Not a crazy amount of problems. They'll cause enough problems. The Jags are really good stopping a run, but they did let Stroud scramble all over them. So they're good stopping running backs, like your traditional run. Like I think Lamar will be able to scramble here. But I can see it. right when everyone's getting down on the Jags and they're home on prime time, when you least expect it.
That's when they do it.
That's when they strike. So I could see it. Yeller is going with the Ravens, and he says squeaker, another squeaker. I think he had 2.
Is that 2? Do we got a squeaker counter for him?
Yeah, he had Packers and a squeaker.
Oh,
Squeaker
yeah.
counter
Yeah.
says 2. Everybody is going with, even Pete.
No, that guy.
Everyone's going with the Ravens.
Yeah, Pete.
Could see it. Could see the guarantee. I would say I could see the guarantee being wrong, but the guarantee is a guarantee. It's not wrong. It's never wrong. All right, last one. We got Eagles.
Don't tell me.
We got Seahawks. We'll see. I'll go last. We'll see if I'm skunking everyone. I don't know if that even makes sense, but who are you going with? You're going with the Eagles.
Taking the Eagles, yeah.
Pete.
12th man. Haha.
No, he's going Eagles. Yeller's going with the Eagles, and Dylan's going with the Eagles.
You're doing it.
And I'm going to do it. 12th man.
You're really doing it.
I'm taking the Seahawks.
You're really
If
doing
Geno Smith plays. And I think the Seahawks got this planned out. Monday Night Football in Seattle, 12th man, hostile environment.
You love those hostile environments.
Pete Carroll gets the boys ready in primetime football at home. And let me tell you something. It's every game from now on is must-wins from the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah.
And they know it.
Yeah.
They knew it when they played the Cowboys. They played well enough to beat the Cowboys. That offense showed out. They showed up. They showed out. They did enough to win. Defense let them down. And that could happen again this game. And then Drew Lock came in. And they actually were close for a little bit of the game with the Niners. But not really. The Niners won that game, but now it's do or die. Pretty much at this point. Eagles are vulnerable. It's tough to see the Eagles lose 3 in a row. I'm not picking against them because they're losing, and I'm like, oh, they stink. I'm not doing any of that. Okay, but they're pretty vulnerable. I think their offense has a good game. That defense, you can throw on them. Yeah, it looks like you can starting to look like you can run on them too, but you really can throw on them. And I'm just thinking what the Seahawks did against the Cowboys. Geno showed up. DK, these weapons, they have a variety of weapons. They got a two-headed monster at the running back position. They're gonna move the ball. They're gonna. For my pick to be right, I need that Seahawks offense to show up like they did against the Cowboys. The last time we saw their offense at full strength, they actually didn't even have Kenneth Walker in that game either. So I think it's gonna be an absolute shootout. Absolute shootout in Seattle, Monday Night Football. In a must-win situation, Pete Carroll has those guys balling at home. Give me the Seattle Seahawks in an absolute shootout. It's going to be the same as the Cowboys game, but the Seahawks are going to close this one out. They're going to close it out. Eagles' defense is stinking it up right now. The argument, I understand it's an upset. I understand it's bold. The argument against it, it could be a shootout, but the Eagles' offense is better. You're going to trust them. Hurts, A.J. Brown being a little bit more clutch. Their offense line's much better. Their pass rush could get after Geno. That's where I think I'm being bold because the Eagles are better, plain and simple. But I just like these must-win, like teams that are like the Seahawks are a playoff team to me. Mm-hmm. Like, are they going to go anywhere in the playoffs? No, but who are in the playoffs right now? The NFC South leaders, the Bucs right now, the Vikings, the Packers. Seahawks are better than those teams. They're better than those teams. This is a top 7 team in the NFC. They have playoff mentality. They have a playoff coach. They have a winning atmosphere. They're at home Monday Night Football. Like when those teams are in those situations, like the must-win situations, I like them. I am not going to guarantee anything, but I like them. So this is a lot of it's the gut feeling here. Could definitely be wrong. I got a good lead, so we can mess around maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
It's not. I don't really view this as messing around though. This is one where I was sitting there thinking, like I was feeling it when I saw the schedule. I was feeling it, going into today, and I'm like, God, in a shootout, the Eagles are just more clutch. They're just better. Can I really pick the Seahawks? I'm like, I'm feeling it so much that if I pick the Eagles and the Seahawks win, I'm gonna hate myself.
It's one of those.
I'm gonna hate myself, not just for the rest of this year, forever. Every time I see that Seahawks logo, whether it's that one or the retro one, I'm gonna remember in that Eagles game. Like I knew it, and I didn't pick it. I've had a couple of those this year where I've basically explained why one team's gonna win. I'm like, I didn't have the balls, to be honest. I didn't have the balls to do it, and it shot myself right in the ball. I shot myself right in the balls, right in the nutsack, and it hurts. It still hurts. Jalen hurts.
Yeah,
Jalen hurts. Yeah.
Pete.
So that was good. That seemed like I planned that whole monologue, spiel.
You literally have it written down in front of you.
Yeah, all right here. No, these are picks. Everyone's picks right here. Wait. It's everyone's picks and got some notes from Old Yeller. You can't really see it.
It's close. I mean, I think they can read that.
They can figure that out. Yeah.
That's how we do it here.
What I should have done, we should have planned that. I should have drawn a big dick right on the paper and been like, see, this is my notes.
This is my Jalen. It hurts.
Here's my notes, and it's just a bunch of random objects. And it's just draw Jalen Hurts.
Pony drawings.
A series of pony drawings, and here's my notes. Like, how are those notes? How the hell are those notes? Lone Wolf, Lone Hawk, Lone 12th Man. I don't know what the record is this year. I think it's like 4-1, somewhere around there. 5-1, somewhere around there. Every year, I don't know how I don't know if it's luck. I don't know. I think I like to know. I like to think I what? I like to think I know what I'm talking about. A little bit.
I think there's always that time in the year like this one.
There's definitely been a year where I went undefeated on Wolf picks. I don't know. There's been a year where I think I only lost 1 or 2, and this year's definitely only 1 loss. So there's something. Not going to guarantee anything.
I think you got to start doing this whole when you start explaining why a team's going to win, but then want to pick the opposite. Just go with it.
Yeah,
just go with it.
I usually do. I think this is the first year I kind of did that.
You did it a lot.
Yeah, I did.
You're somehow still winning. You did it a lot.
Yeah, I've choked, but I'm still up.
Comfy too.
A little comfy. Maybe not so much after this one. We'll see.
Just one.
If Gino's out though, all this, whatever, all that didn't matter.
Atmosphere, this culture, out the window.
Fuck that shit. Drew Lock. I think Drew Lock could be better than people think, though.
Oh,
I think he can be better than people. Like, he's not great. He's not even good. But I think he can be better than people think. He's like some plays like look kind of pretty, like the load up in the throw, and it's like, oh, what's happening? It's kind of like Jordan Love.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't end up. Sometimes ends up being pretty, not purdy, but pretty. So I don't know. I'm not really like, oh, Drew Lock's awful. No way I'm picking the Seahawks. I mean, they could even win with him. I'm just not going to pick it though. But I don't think he's that as bad as the way people talk, to be honest. But we'll see. Should be fun. Monday night. All these games. The last 3 should be great. Cowboys, Bills, Ravens, Jags, and Eagles, Seahawks. 12th man.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. What?
I love when the implications start. We're officially in implication season.
We are, and it gets you warm and fuzzy inside.
Oh yeah.
And it's not Christmas doing it. It's
implications.
Yeah. We'll talk more about the implications, more and more every week. So we had a skit one year, the implications playoff implications skit. Dan. Yeah, and then Dan had a Christmas Carol or whatever poem.
Christmas reading, yeah.
Reading with Dan.
Yeah.
That was a classic. I'll have to post that out there on Twitter when the time's right. Throwback. Yep. Missed that. All right, maybe we'll have something a little special. We can put something together this year. We'll see. We'll see what's going on.
I'm excited.
Me too. Very excited. Hopefully Peach Jalen doesn't hurt next week.
We'll see.
We'll see. He can't be out. He's sus.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. He can't be out from that. I mean, tape some aspirin to it. Get in here.
Well, you could just take the aspirin.
You could, but you tape it to whatever hurts, and then or you can use a Band-Aid too. And
how does the aspirin know where to work?
It knows if you just put it in the spot.
No.
Oh,
you're
saying
take it like a normal person.
Yeah.
Like, say you take your aspirin and my knee hurts, I'm taking an aspirin. How does it know I'm going to go work on this knee?
It's just it just reduces inflammation throughout the body.
So everything?
Everything. But you're not that inflamed in other spots, so it's not noticeable. Right? I'm not a doctor, but that sounds accurate.
It sounded accurate.
Any doctors out there, let us know in the comments. There's going to be a bunch of people posing as doctors in the comments, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Real doctors.
When Dan makes his return, we only refer to him as Dr. Dan.
We have that lab coat. He's going to have to wear that.
Every episode.
I bought those lab coats for that stupid skit, and we can't even. We were trying to find that.
It's impossible.
It's in a video somewhere. Yep. It's like one of those skits that was within a video.
Astronaut.
Yeah.
Astronaut, go find.
I don't know when. It wasn't last year, that's for sure.
No.
It might not even been the year before. It could have been, though.
It had to have been 2 years ago.
It was either 2 years ago. No, because you weren't there 2 years ago. You were.
So it's 3 years.
It was 3 years ago.
No way.
Last year we had 4 of us here. The year before you were not here. You
Yep.
made the return last year.
Yep.
So the year before that, it had to have been.
And
It could have even been the year before
We
that.
just pointed them in the right direction.
But
It's
I think
at
a
least
lot of
3 years
those.
ago.
There was one year where a lot of videos got taken down for like copyright. There was one we were swearing too much back when YouTube was cracking down on that. I don't know. But anyways, we went to the Halloween store because this was either your idea or Dan's idea.
The diluted sample.
Yeah, so we need lab coats. We need 2 lab coats, one for Dan, one for Junior. So I went to the Halloween store and got 2 lab coats. Cost me like $84. Ridiculous.
No way.
Yeah, it was $80-something. I think we bought little like object, like when we had like that little cup with like the plus symbol, like the health symbol on it. We bought stupid
yeah,
little thing.
yeah,
I
yeah.
spent like $86, and we used that shit one time for that stupid.
I'll wear it next week.
All right.
We got to get the money out of it.
We had an opportunity. We both could have worn them. While Pete was Jalen Hurts, we could have wore the lab coats. They're
We
there
have
somewhere.
A medical
I don't.
diagnosis on Pete, and then it cuts to us.
That could be one right there. I don't know what's going on,
We
but
got to find them. I'll wear them next week.
I will join you. I can't talk. I'm stuttering a lot. We got to get out of here.
All right.
That's gonna do it for this one. We'll be back next week with Week 16 pick'ems. What's Christmas pick'ems? Is that the week after?
Yep.
All right. Can't wait for Christmas pick'ems. We'll be here. We'll be here for playoff pick'ems too. Don't worry.
We'll be here.
We will be here. That's gonna do it. Thanks for watching.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.